Aloha and mahalo for joining me. I'm Janet and welcome to the Called to Create podcast. I am here to help you ladies unlock your creative potential and use your God-given gifts and start a business. Because you were called to create and you have so much to share, and the world needs your creative gifts to be shared right now, ladies. Let's do this. Lean into your possibility. That's what I want to share with you today. I want you to really consider what is possible for you. I want you to lean into that. So let's talk about that. What is possible for you and what can you lean into that's possible for you? Have you ever thought about what's possible for you? Have you stopped dreaming? Have you stopped wondering? Have you stopped imagining? Now, you're a creative person, so I know that you have a great imagination. I know that for sure. And I know when you use your imagination, it's so easy to just see in your mind all the things that you want to create and all the things that you want to do, right? Because we start doing that as little kids. We use our imagination so much that it's just amazing. And are you still using that same imagination to imagine what's possible for you as an adult, as a business owner, as a wife or a mother or a daughter? Have you ever thought about what's possible, or have you stopped imagining what's possible? Or have you even taken that into consideration? Has your life gotten so busy that you don't have the time to do that? Well, if it has, I'm here to help you. I'm here to share with you that you need to lean into what's possible for you at this moment. I want you to get out your notebook and something to write with and just write down, just use your imagination about what is possible for you. Right? Remember what it was like when you were a kid, when you used your imagination. You didn't have any restrictions. You just went for it. You just dreamed and you just thought. And, if you notice, if you watch little kids and they're playing, they use their imaginations all day long. And it is so fun to watch them. Of course, it can be tiring too because they have a lot of energy. And I don't seem to have the same energy as a little kid because I have grandchildren and they seem to be have energy all day long. But at the end of the day, I'm tired just watching them. But if you just remember what it was like, and if you don't remember, go watch some little kids and just watch them play. They use their imagination all the time. When they have a friend that they meet on the playground, you can see that they're trying to come up with ideas on how to play, and if they want to pretend to be a certain character or whatever, they just go for it. They just go with it. They don't think about, oh no, that's not right, or they don't think oh no, I might get scoldings if I use my imagination. They do none of that. And I think as adults, it would be such a wonderful thing if we could do the same thing like when we were children. If we could just get that back and do that now, our lives would be amazing. Your life would be amazing. And that's what I want you to do right now, is remember back to when you were a child. What was it like to use your imagination and think of all these things that are possible? What you wanted to do, where you wanted to go, what you wanted to be. You always thought about what was possible because nobody stopped you, right? So are you stopping yourself as an adult to what's possible for you? So think about that, because if you are, I would ask you to just stop and just let it go. Just let it go. Don't hold yourself back. Don't give yourself restrictions on what is possible. Don't give that negative self-talk that seems to come to your mind and come up when you're using your imagination and you want to think about all these things that you're excited to do. So be aware of what you're thinking. That's super important. If you can catch yourself, thinking negative thoughts like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm too old, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not that I'm not this and I'm not that. Just stop yourself. Just be aware of what your thoughts are, because I want you from this moment on to lean into what's possible for you. Lean into that possibility and you will just amaze yourself. Okay, I want you to do this because you have worth and value, and everything that you do in your life and in your business matters. Everything matters. Remember, I talk a lot about your gifts are given to you from God, and these gifts are meant to bless your life and to bless the lives of other people. They're not meant to just be kept inside. They're meant to be used and shared, right? What a wonderful world it would be if everyone would just realize that their gifts are given to them, especially for them, and especially to share with other people to bring joy, right? We don't have gifts to make people's lives miserable. We have gifts so that it can uplift another person and bring joy to my life and your life. That's what gifts are for. So if you lean into that possibility, it's just going to be incredible. I know you can do this. All right. You have great things in store for you. You have gifts that are meant to be shared. And I want to encourage you to use those gifts and share it as much as possible. And that's why I want you to write down what's possible for you at this moment. What's possible for you in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, and so on. What's possible for you for the rest of your life. I want you to do this. It's good to see that vision of what's possible as the years go on. Okay, I want you to lean into it. And I know you can do it. If you need help, you let me know. You have a gift, and I want to be here to help you and support you in sharing your gifts. And I want you to just open your mind and your heart to what's possible. Okay? All right, you can do this. And please share this podcast with anyone who you know would get great value out of listening to it. Or if you know anyone that wants to start a creative business, please send this podcast their way. I would really appreciate that. And I want to invite you to come over and join my Call to Create podcast community in Facebook. And that's where you can connect with other listeners of this show, and I can answer your questions. You can, it's going to be a place for you where you can learn and grow and work together with other wonderful women. And I really want you to be there. Okay, I'm looking forward to meeting you. So go over to bit.ly/call to create podcast. I'm so looking forward to it. And I want to ask you a favor. If you can please take a minute to rate and review this podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast in the Apple Podcast app, you can rate and review this show right there at the bottom. So as soon as you open my show, you can just scroll down all the way to the bottom and you can rate and review it right there, because reviews are so important and they tell potential listeners and Apple that this show is worth listening to. And I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And have a great day, ladies. Take care of yourself. Aloha.